talked about to our sponsors. Thank very much for Spreads.ca, a First Nations-owned online casino and sportsbook tailored to Canadian businesses, which means you can use Canadian.
That's a native business, eh?
Yeah, First Nations in Quebec. So sign up now and enter the promo code GRAPES, and they'll match your deposit 100% up to $500. So if you put in $50, they'll match $50. You get 15 free spins on their.
You know, I hate to interrupt him, but I've got asked by a lot of people how, if I want to put $50 on Green Bay, playing, how do I do it? Dude, just tell us one more time.
So you go on to Spreads, Spreads.
Now, how do you get on Spreads with this?
Well, you got to go on the computer.
Okay,
you got to go on Google. You got to go on Google, or you got to go on the search engine. Go to Spreads, Spreads.ca, and then you have to log in, or you got.
It's easy, eh? It's easy.
Yeah, and then you sign in, and then you put your email address and a password. And then you have to put some money into the pot, so you do it through your. You could do it through PayPal or Visa or credit card.
Well, you can use your credit card, eh?
Right. And then once that's in there, you go onto the sportsbook page, and then they have just everything from.
It's easy though.
Very easy. It's got everything from. From hockey right now, it's playing over in Europe, to Irish hurling to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got just about everything, and then they also have a casino if you want to play blackjack or anything like that.
Well, one guy that I think we should talk about and end of the show, that who went into the war at 18 years old, was Howie Meeker. Howie Meeker, was badly wounded, and he was in the war. He never got out of the war until he was 46. And imagine go through the war, and he joins the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was a rookie. He was an older rookie. But he got 5 goals in one game. 5 goals in one game. And I'll bet you will never guess who the guy he beat out for Rookie of the Year was. Gordie Howe was a pretty good guy to beat out if you're beating that. He won 4 Stanley Cups in 5 years. He must have thought he was going. He was. I think he did that one with Barilko too. He was on that team with Barilko, scored the overtime goal. I think on McNeil, it was top corner. Remember, we must talk about Barilko sometime. So then he retired. He had a bad back. He had to retire, and they give him a job coaching in Pittsburgh. Now, I saw him as first. I was only 19 years old, and we went in Duquesne Gardens, I think it was called. Anyhow, we went in and he coached, and I never saw it before. I've never seen it since. There was no room at the back. It was packed all the time. He sat on the middle of the bench. And I remember he had a gray, and he coached. Imagine, I guess the Russians do that, eh? They stood in front, eh?
Yeah.
The Russians stand in front. But he sat on the bench. And so anyhow, he was there, and I think he became GM. He became coach for a while for the Leafs, and then he became GM. But when he really come into his own was when he went to Newfoundland. I think he had a summer hockey school out there, and I think did Ralph. I'm
pretty sure Ralph Melmy got him on TV.
Yeah, so then he went on TV, and he was on TV for a while, and his favorite saying all the time was "Golly gee" all the time, and he wrote a book in 1999, and "Golly gee, it's me." So anyhow, here's a guy that spent 4 years or 5 years in the Canadian Army, was wounded, come out. And was Rookie of the Year, scored 5 goals. Imagine scoring 5 goals. Man, well, Matthews scored 5 goals this year, or 2 or 3 years ago. Anyhow, 5 goals. He beat out Gordie Howe. He didn't like me too much, but there's a guy that was a hockey player and a soldier, and he became an icon, and I sure admire him. Folks, we do this show, Don Cherry's podcast, every Sunday morning. And I just, when I thought of the hockey players, and I thought of the Poppy, and I thought of hockey players in the military, the first guy I thought of was Howie Meeker. And I did that, like I said, we do it every Sunday morning, and we found out that Howie had died in the afternoon. He who's 97 years old. I meant every word I said in the podcast, and we'll talk more about Howie next week. And God love him.